Hello guys and welcome back to my channel for another tips and tricks video for Football Manager 2020. I've already gone through a lot of lists of the best free agents for different divisions. I've already covered the National League North South, National League, SkyBet League 1, SkyBet League 2, and now it is time for the Championships, a completely fresh list of players that will sign for your Championship club in the latest update. Without any further ado, let's dive into the video. Alright then guys, kicking things off, we have the goalkeepers and we start with Marc Vidal, a 28-year-old Frenchman who is pretty solid in this year's game. Very nice in terms of his goalkeeping attributes, could do with a little bit of work in his kicking and his passing, his distribution, not necessarily the greatest, but in terms of a good shot stopper, he seems pretty solid, decent enough handling, really nice one-on-ones, good reflexes as well, really pretty good in the mental attributes as well. Could probably work on his positioning just that little bit more. Really nice in terms of physical. So he's 28 years old, so he's not past it by any stretch. Former Toulouse goalkeeper, looks like he's been there his entire career and is now a free transfer. So if you go into the contract and you go to offer him a deal, I am Bristol City in this save, by the way. I thought it was an opportunity to use the team that I support. I am Bristol City, so he only wants to come in as a backup. So he's definitely not going to break the bank either. For £4,400 a week, 50k sign-on fee, 5k for his agent. Not too bad. Obviously, you can haggle these down and get them a little bit better, but that is a good one to kick us off. Next up is another goalkeeper, and we have Thiago Machowski. Yeah, good. Natural in both the sweeper keeper and the goalkeeper. Again, another decent option here. Really nice handling, good kicking, good one-on-ones as well, better passing than the other guy, slightly higher reflexes, better in terms of positioning, really nice mental attributes where it counts in composure, concentration, and decision-making, nice anticipation as well. Not necessarily the same physical specimen in terms of pace with the 8 pace and 9 acceleration, 10 agility, but what he lacks in pace, he makes up for in size and strength. 16 strength is really nice for a goalkeeper. He's also got 12 technique. He's 6'3", so he is taller than the other goalkeeper. 14 stone 2 is a pretty good weight as well. Fairly professional, so would be pretty good for your team. Obviously, he's coming over from Brazil. So if we approach to sign him, he also wants to come in as a backup. We wants us to strengthen the area of the first team in midfielders. That's fine. Let's finalize these promises. Let's ask my assistant, who's actually now the Bristol City manager, to suggest a contract. That is what we've come up with, £3,700 a week. Smaller sign-in on fees, just slightly more agent fee, appearance fee, clean sheet bonus, unused substitute fee as well. Not too bad at all. Moving outfield then, I think we have a decent enough squad player here in Gary Boylan. Irishman, he's played his entire career in Ireland, no nonsense fullback here, but is also accomplished at a defensive midfielder and a central midfielder if you need him to play there. Again, I think this is quite good cover. May not be a great starting player. There are some better players on this list, that is for sure. But in terms of his heading, marking, passing, tackling, he's pretty solid mentally. Average, but not spectacular in terms of the physical attributes. As I said, he's simple. I think he could be effective, a decent enough player, but maybe someone who you only bring in as a squad player. In terms of bringing him in, wants to come in, emergency backup, really tiny contract, having played all of his career in Ireland. Again, a squad player for you in Gary Boylan. Sticking with the Irish theme, and we've got Tommy Hoban next. Wealdstone, Blackburn, Watford, and most recently Aberdeen. He does have damaged cruciate ligaments though, so maybe this is someone you just add into your transfer list, and then once he's coming towards the end of his injury, you can look at pulling him in. He is a natural as a centre-back, but is also accomplished at centre-back and is also accomplished at right back and left back. Very nice mentally, I think. Very good physically as well. 6'2", really nice build. Good first touch at 11. 14 heading, 12 marking, 10 passing is not too bad. 13 tackling, 11 technique is pretty good. If we go to approach to sign him, he wants to come in as a squad player. Oh yeah, it's just let me know that he's injured. 14k a week, it's quite steep, but it's affordable at the championship level. Decent sign-on fees, agent fees as well. Wants a wage rise after international appearances. Once he's played 5 international appearances. How many times have you played for Ireland? None, age 25. Might be something you want to consider. Continuing with the theme of defenders, then we have Alexander Pantic, the Serbian here. Looks like he's played all across Europe. Partizan, Panathinaikos, Red Star, Villarreal, Cordoba, Elber, Alaves, Dinamo Kiev. He's a bit of a journeyman, but he is a ball-playing defender, which are in short supply in Football Manager. I find really good technically. I think this is where he's excelling quite well. Really good heading, marking, passing, tackling technique. Pretty solid mentally. Really nice in terms of the physical attributes as well. For centre-back, 13 jumping reach at 6'2" is a pretty good combo. If we approach to sign him, wants to come in as a squad player. Solid enough in terms of 15k a week. Has not recently played any games for his country, but is required to play in 75% of games to qualify for a work permit. Something you may have to appeal, but I'm pretty confident as he is Serbian, you would be able to pull him in. Now we move on to my favourite centre-back on this list, and that is Alexander Mirzovic. Another ball-playing defender, another free agent, which is pretty good. This guy is wanted by Blackburn, Fulham, Leeds, Middlesbrough and QPR. So you know if you are in the Championship, you are going to be in good company. Formerly of Nottingham Forest, the Swede. I think, as I said, I think he's the best centre-back on this list. Really good first touch, heading, marking, passing, tackling. Very good mental attributes. The 18 aggression is actually quite nice to see. 16 jumping reach, so again he's gonna be better in the air at 6'3" as well. He also has the player traits of shoots from distance, which is an interesting one for a centre back. Argues with officials is not great. Tries to play his way out of trouble, which again is not great, but he also gets the crowd going. I think he's a very good centre back. I think he's probably one of the best centre backs that you can get in terms of championship quality and championship reputation. Wants to come in as an important player, wants to improve the coaching team, that's fine. That's usually something I do at the start of every save anyway. 14, just under 15 grand a week. A huge sign-on bonus actually of £500,000. 36k agent fee. Wants bonuses for promotion from the championship, appearance fees. You know, the standard sort of things in the bonus and clauses section. Very good centre-back though, would definitely recommend him. Now, I know what you're thinking. Now you're looking at this screen. Yes, this is Alan Hutton. Yes, he's 34 years of age. However, I don't think he's actually that bad physically. For a 34-year-old, I think he's quite good. His work rate of 14, natural fitness of 14, stamina's 12 is not too bad. He's also got 12 pace and 13 acceleration. I don't think, even though he's 34, I don't think Alan Hutton is too bad of a shout. Again, wanted by championship clubs. Birmingham, Cardiff, Charlton, Derby, Portsmouth and Preston in this save. Obviously Portsmouth, I know, are League One. Having been released from Villa, I don't really need to explain Alan Hutton to people as much as some of the others on this list. Wants to come in as an important player, finalise those promises. Very small wage in comparison to the two centre-backs you've just seen. Decent enough appearance fee, clean sheet bonus, unused substitute fee. He's not going to be in your club for ages, but I think if you're looking for that player to make a difference at right back, I really think Alan Hutton could be that player for you. Moving over to the other side of the field, we have another Swedish player in Martin Olsson. Again, another slightly older player, but he's as a man who has done a lot of time in English football. What's that got to be? Almost around 300, yeah, 304 appearances for English-based or UK-based clubs, if you include Swansea in terms of Blackburn, Norwich and Swansea. I think he's a very good player to play that left-back spot. Superb physically. Can't fault him, especially at 31 years of age. Really nice mentally. He's kind of been there, seen that, been there, done it. And yeah, in terms of technique and tackling and stuff, I think he's pretty solid again. He's wanted by Sheffield Wednesday, Colorado Rapids and Philadelphia in America. We go to approach him. He wants to be a regular starter. It's not a problem. Wants to be a vice captain. In this save, we don't actually have a vice captain. We'll play in his preferred position or role. That's fine. We'll look to follow improved midfielders. Yeah, whatever, fine. Negotiate the contract. Last Dean Holden to suggest again. We go to suggest terms and we come out at an agreement in and around the 19,500 mark. Solid sign-on fee again. Decent agent fee. Again, wants a promotion if we go out the Championship, appearance fee, clean sheet bonus, unused substitute fee, that sort of thing. Another good player, Martin Olsson. Another left back then, and we're back into the nation of France. We have Frank Tabounu, left Gungan Granada, was at Swansea for a period of time, St Etienne, Toulouse. Again, just as I mentioned with Olsson, I think he's very good all across the board. He is wanted by Brentford, so you know you're in Championship, good company. Really nice crossing, dribbling, first touch is kind of what you're looking for a fullback as well as the marking, not so great, but tackling solid enough, decent mental attributes, very good physical attributes as well. If you go to sign this man, wants to come in as a regular starter, again wants to be appointed as a vice captain, not a problem in this save, we don't have one. Very standard contract for Championship level, I think, 8.5k a week, solid enough sign-on fee, smaller agent fee compared to Martin Olsson. And then obviously your standard bonuses, again, not too bad all told. There's a few things in here I would take out, like the unused substitute fee, the top division, promotion wage rise, that sort of thing. But these are all things you can negotiate yourselves. Now we're looking at a ball-winning midfielder. He is a natural at centre-back and a CDM. As a ball-winning midfielder, can also play the half-back pretty well. I think he's solid enough in that size at Kony, the Ivorian. He's never played for the Ivory Coast himself. Decent enough heading, marking, tackling. Solid enough aggression, anticipation, bravery, that sort of thing to be a good ball-winning midfielder for you. Very nice physically. I think he's just the sort of player you need to sort of sit in front of the defence. So if you're sort of lower down the Championship scale and you think that you're going to get peppered a lot, you want someone just in there to just break up play and distribute easily, all to the side basically to your more creative players. I think Isaac Kony would be a good addition. Go to approach him, wants to be a squad player at Bristol City. Very tiny contract in comparison to some of the other people on this list. As I said, if you're looking for a defensive midfielder, someone to protect your back four, this is the man you look for. Now, another familiar face on this list is Jaden, the former Villa and Palace man. The Australian has been in English football for what feels like an eternity for me. Very solid player again. If you're looking for someone to break down play, yeah, okay, he's not the most mobile. Yes, he's 34 years of age, but his bravery, his leadership is exactly what you need to try and get you out of the Championship. 34 years of age. Yes, I know he's on the old side. He's not gonna be at your club for a long period of time, but just for that one season, is it worth it to get out of the Championship and into the Premier League? I think so. So if we go to approach him, he wants a few things, wants to be vice captain, preferred position, improve the coaching team, and strengthen the midfielders. That's kind of what you would do, mate. So we finalise those promises, and he wants a pretty standard contract again. It's slightly higher on in terms of the Championship, 18k, decent sign-on fee, small agent fee, appearance fee, unused substitute fee, and then he's got a semi-negotiable 1-year extension after he's played 10 games in his final league season. Obviously, you can up that if you think he's going to be a big player. If you don't think he's going to be a big player, you can maybe... Can we suggest 20 and see what he says? Yeah, he's willing to accept 20. Yeah, okay, you wanted 20, that's fine. So if he plays 20 games for you, you renew his contract for an extra season, which I don't think is the end of the world. But if you get him to 19 and you're not fully sure, you don't want to renew that contract, you just don't play him again. Now then, into the proper midfield spots, we have Diogo Amado, the Portuguese man. He is wanted by West Brom and then a couple of teams in the Middle East. Looks a very solid player all across the board. Very nice technically, very nice mentally, very nice physically. Just a pretty well-rounded midfielder. Has done a spell at Sheffield Wednesday, even though he didn't play there. So he's done a year in England, so you know he can do it, even though he didn't play. We approached to sign him. Wants to be an important player. Contract start date immediate. Wants to go on an intensive language course to learn English. Wants to improve midfielders. Negotiate the contract. Again, very standard contract for this level. A couple of things I would take out. For instance, the wage rise after a promotion. And there you go, guys. Easy as you like to negotiate that. You could have probably got him for a little bit cheaper if you wanted to in your saves. Another central midfielder is Gianelli Imbula, the man who's formerly at Stoke. He's done 5 years at Stoke. Can play the Mazzala or advanced playmaker, deep line playmaker, central midfielder, roaming playmaker. God, he can play basically all the roles in central midfield. Again, solid, not spectacular. Decent enough dribbling, good first touch. 10 long shots is okay, but as I said, not spectacular. Good passing, really nice technique, so some of these things will improve. Really solid in terms of the mental attributes, but it's his physicals where he stands out. Nice stamina of 14, good strength of 13, 6'1", so he's a big frame as well. Runs through the centre with the ball, gets into the opposition area, shoots with power and avoids using weaker foot, and does not dive into tackles, which is actually quite nice for a central midfielder. As I said, obviously he's played for Stoke. He is wanted by Cardiff in my save, so if we approach to sign him, your standard promise is there. Then we go through another standard wage, 8,500 a week, smaller signing on fee, decent agent fee. Again, another player who's been there and done it in English football. Now we move on to the first Englishman on the list, and that is former Swansea, Villa and Tottenham player Tom Carroll. At 27 years of age, he's not actually been there and achieved all he would in his career, I'm pretty sure. Very nice player though. I've watched him a couple of times in real life, and I think he's a very tidy player. At the moment, he's coming back from a slight hip injury. He's seeing a specialist for that. But I wouldn't be too disappointed to see him come back and pass a fitness test. Good dribbling, good first touch. Finishing could do with a little bit of work. Nice passing, good technique as well. Really nice teamwork, vision off the ball. Solid enough composure at 12. Really nice physicals as well. Really good balance at 16. Nice agility, good natural fitness. I think he's a very good central midfielder to have. Obviously, as a deep line playmaker or an advanced playmaker, I think they're both quite good roles suited to Tom Carroll. Wants to come in, would be a squad player, negotiate. Let's ask Dean Holden to suggest another contract. And this is sort of the ballpark where we land. 13k a week, 190k signing on. 15.25 agent fee, again, not too shabby, and another Englishman to add to your ranks. Now we move into wingers, and I'm sure I'm going to butcher this guy's name, Ivan Evita. Sounds a bit French, but Argentinian right midfielder, plays the winger on support, not too bad, good crossing, good corners, good dribbling. Nice first touch, good passing, good technique as well. Pretty solid in terms of the mental attributes, good off the ball, which is kind of what you want for a winger. Want them to actually make those runs for you. Solid, if not spectacular, pace of 12, good 13 accelerations, not too bad. 14 agility, again, pretty solid. If we go to offer him a contract, wants to come in as a squad player, finalise those promises. Smaller wage again, but I've just seen that he would fail to qualify for a work permit. I don't know if that would be granted upon appeal, but he also wants the 1-year extension after 10 league games as well. Central midfield still, we've moved back. He can play central midfield. He can also play attacking midfield, which is why he didn't fit as I was working through the positions in this list. We have Nosa Igbo, Nigerian international, 15 caps, 2 goals for Nigeria. He's also wanted in my save. Really good dribbling, good first touch, solid enough heading, good passing, good marking, good tackling, good technique. Really solid mentally. That anticipation at 16 is really, really good. Very good off the ball, good teamwork, good work rate. 6 foot tall with 15 strength, 14 stamina. He's going to feel like a beast in your central midfield. He's got a couple of traits as well. Shoots for power, looks for the pass rather than attempting to score, which is quite a nice one to have. Runs with the ball often and refrains from taking long shots. So again, another good player to add in. You go to sign him, squad player, standard promises, wants to be vice captain. There's so many in this list that want to be vice captain. Finalise, negotiate. Nigeria don't hold a high enough world ranking for him to qualify for a work permit. Again, unsure if this one would be granted upon appeal, but he just seems too good to not even try, you know? Next up, we have a central midfielder, a Brazilian by the name of Jaja. He's played for Brazil in under-20s football, but not for the full national team. Very solid in the terms of the technical attributes, pretty good in the mentals, very good in the physicals. However, I am now slightly worried that he may not qualify for a work permit. Emergency backup, again, has not played enough games recently for his country. You may appeal that and you may get it overturned, as he would be a championship player. You may think he may get called up to Brazil, but there we go. It doesn't have an agent fee, so it might be worth taking a punt on Jaja. Moving into the final third of the field now, we have Modibo Maiga. I thought it was, he's definitely played in England, played for West Ham before, played for QPR. So he knows the league pretty well. Is a target man or a deep line forward or an advanced forward. Again, I think he's very, very solid. Yeah, again, he's 31. He's not necessarily going to be at your club for a long period of time. He's not that wonder kid potential. He is wanted by a few clubs. Look like they're all in Australia: Brisbane Roar, Western Sydney Warriors, Wanderers, and Melbourne City. Again, solid player. If we go to approach to sign him, wants to be a squad player, wants to play as a striker with a role as target man, not a problem. Finalise and negotiate. Mali do not hold it high enough. Work permits again, man. Some of these players that are missing because of work permits, I still think you could get them, especially this guy. I mean, he's played 57 times for his country. You'd like to think he would be granted a work permit, and he's played in England before. So compared to some of the others on this list, I'd definitely have a go at Mayiga. So next up is Fred Friday, 24-year-old Nigerian, no caps for Nigeria, no youth caps either. Trequartista in terms of a striking role, good dribbling, first touch, decent enough finishing, good passing, good technique as well. Solid enough in the mental attributes, but 17 natural fitness, 16 strength, 6'2". I think he's quite a solid player. So you go to approach Fred Friday and he wants to come in as a squad player. You finalise that. Again, you have the work permit issue because he is an African player. I don't think the contract itself is too bad. If we go back onto Fred Friday, he's still not played for Nigeria, but I'm supremely confident that he would have his work permit granted. It's another good player, another good striker. And wrapping up this list is Marcus Pedersen, Norwegian striker, 29 years of age. Looks like he's dotted around, a bit more of a journeyman in terms of where he's played. He's a pressing forward, 15 finishing is pretty good. You probably want to work on his dribbling a little bit. Good heading, good long shots, good penalty taking as well if you need one of those. Good technique. Very solid work rate at 18, bravery of 17, aggression of 18. Sorry, it's kind of what you want for those pressing forwards. Good composure as well to couple with the 15 finishing. Solid off the ball, decent enough teamwork, good pace-ish, good enough pace. Good stamina, good strength, and good balance as well. 5'11". We approach to sign Marcus Pedersen, wants to come in as a squad player. Negotiate with Hutton, and that is what we are coming out with. Not too bad for a striker who I think could get you 10 to 15 goals in the Championship. Okay guys, that is it. That is another list of players done and dusted. We've covered some interesting ones in there. Obviously there's a few that may have some work permit issues you may have to appeal. But hopefully you find this list useful. Hopefully you find some players in here that will bolster the ranks of your Championship side in Football Manager 2020. If you have liked the video or found it useful, don't forget to drop a like below and subscribe to my channel because that really does help me out. Producing Football Manager content every day at the moment, so make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of Started From the Bottom. I look forward to seeing you guys there.